Well, hello comrades and welcome back to the Ushanka Show. Today we are going bananas, or at least we're going to talk about bananas. But before that, I would like to come back to the previous story about the Whole Foods mislabeling their items and about how Soviet Union had a problem with people cheating on the scales, putting fingers on the scales. And there's a beautiful illustration of how that's being done even right now. Take a look at this video.
Надо бульбу.
Как у меня прошлый пришел. Что хотела учиться? Что? Я не вижу, как это вам по всей карте. Так, и 11, 17, 11, 12. Николай, сколько себе понимаешь, что такое?
So, did you see how good that lady was with adding that weight of the potato every time she put something on the scale for the customer? This is real professional right there. But today we're going to talk about bananas. You see, in Soviet Union, because we had a central economy and everything was planned by the government, we did not have bananas all the time in the stores. In fact, we had bananas only once a year for about 2-3 weeks. They will show on the shelves of only like big cities. The way the things worked in Soviet Union, we had different levels of supply for the different cities. So for example, the major cities of Russia or Soviet Union, Ukraine, were like level 1. There will be like Moscow, St. Petersburg, maybe Kiev, I'm not sure. So they will get their shelves in the stores will be like, I won't say packed, but they will be the most full shelves in the whole country. So they will get the first grabs on everything. Then it'll be level 2, smaller cities, and level 3, it will be like whatever left that will go to the small towns and villages. So for example, in the small village where I spend every summer, we had bread being delivered only 3 times a week. For the rest of the days, there'll be no bread available. So that was pretty important not to miss the bread day. And grandma will send me way in advance, couple hours prior, bread truck arrival, and you'll stay in the line for an hour or 2, wait until the bread gets delivered, then you buy your allotment. Usually it would be based on how many people right now live in the house. That's how many pieces of bread you're gonna get. But we're talking about bananas right now. So Kiev was lucky. It was a capital of Ukrainian Soviet Socialist Republic, or right now it's just Ukraine. So Kiev will get some bananas. And that time I would be in the village staying with my grandparents, and my parents knew that I really like bananas. You know, it's like when you don't have it all the time, it's like you really like it. So that was their birthday present for me in the summer, because bananas will show up around beginning of July, and I honestly don't know why it was that specific time. Maybe because world prices will be lower in the summer. So the Soviet government will decide to purchase a couple boatloads of bananas from South America or Central America. So they will buy some bananas and then they ship it to me by mail. And that time in Soviet Union we had the standard size crates made out of plywood that were used to mail parcels, right? So they will buy like maybe 3 kilos, and hopefully they were close to 3 kilos of bananas, and ship it to the village, which was about 100 miles or so up north. It's where I stayed with my grandparents. And then a mailman will deliver a notice that, hey, your parcel arrived, you need to go and pick it up. I think that was going on similar way here in the United States. Prior delivering, right now they just drop off boxes right by your front door, even United States Postal Service. And I think like 10 years ago that was kind of similar thing. They'll bring you the delivery notice, says, hey, you need to go to the post office and pick up your parcel or your package. And that will be my like most exciting day of the summer, because I knew it's around my birthday, middle of July. That means that I'm getting some bananas. And one time we had a pretty interesting adventure happened while we were picking up bananas with my friend. And we live quite far away from the center of the village, so we had to walk about 2 miles to the post office. We brought the paper, you know, my grandma or grandpa will sign. I'll be my grandpa signing, but because my grandma, she never learned how to read. She lived her whole life and she never went to school, and she, even her old age, she didn't know how to read. So I'll bring this notice to the post office, get my parcel, and we'll be walking that day. You know, it was a beautiful sunny day. We're walking back carrying this heavy box, and I would put my nose right to the, you know, that little gap between the lid and the box, and I could smell bananas, and I was so excited. But you couldn't just open the box because it was literally nailed. The lid would be nailed, and so you have to carry it all the way back home so Grandpa can pry it open for you. So we're walking back to my house, all excited with my friend Dmitry, and then suddenly we heard this rumbling. So we look back, and oh my goodness, out of nowhere this dark cloud showed up right behind us, and it was catching up with us pretty quick. So that was thunderstorm coming. So we picked up the pace trying to make it home, but it was obvious that we couldn't make it. So we end up hiding in this abandoned barn by the collective farm, where all the equipment, you know, tractors, and it was like a big repair shop for the local collective farm, and it was a big barn that they never used anymore. So we ran into it, and it was missing doors, and then rain started. It was pouring rain, like you guys saying, it was raining cats and dogs. And we say in Russia it was pouring like out of the bucket. And then lightning started, and there was a loud thunderstorm, a loud thunder, and lightning started hitting like pretty close. So that was really scary. And my friend Dmitry said, hey, you know, the ground is so wet. Do you understand that we can get killed any moment? Because if the lightning strike close to where we're at, it will come in one of your legs, through your heart, kills you, and out of your other leg, and you're dead. So we both freaked out, and I was like, well, what should we do? He's like, well, the only way to save ourselves, we need to have, for the electricity, not to have a way through our bodies. So we end up lifting one leg and trying to balance and stay, kind of like stay on one leg only. And that was horrible. So there's this pouring rain, there's this lightning, there's a thunder, really scary. Now we're like maybe 8 or 9-year-old kids, and we're like those blue heron birds staying on one leg. And I was like, Dima, I can't do it anymore. My leg hurts. And so about half an hour we were like hopping from one leg to another, trying to balance and trying to stay alive. And then rain stopped, and we made it home all alive and happy. And my grandpa opened the box, and oh my goodness, there were these beautiful yellow bananas. And man, I really enjoyed the time, and I kind of miss those days, because right now, because bananas available all the time in the grocery stores, I really kind of like lost interest to eat them. Before, that was pretty much, it was like my drugs. To have a banana and the smell of ripe banana was so exciting. Not anymore, unfortunately. When you have something in abundance, you kind of, slowly lose interest to it. I still like bananas, but I don't eat them much. I maybe add them to my cereal, or I really like banana bread that my wife makes, but there's no more. There's excitement and expectation to get bananas for my birthday. This is how I used to go bananas back in Soviet Union. I hope you enjoyed this story. Have a good day. Goodbye.